All right, y'all. I'm back with another video. It's your girl, Inspired by Z. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody had a great weekend. Mine was great. Can't complain, y'all. Today, I'm having Mexican. I did a video probably a few weeks back. I had the fajita shrimp tacos, I guess. I don't remember, but I know I did a video when I went to the same restaurant. And it was pretty good, and that's what I really didn't have a taste for anything. This is my first meal of the day. So I said I need to eat something because I had to run errands this morning. But anywho, I'm not gonna keep y'all long, you know how we do. And plus I haven't made a video because after my short I did for Mother's Day, my mouth been hurting. I bit down on some nuts too hard, I guess. Eating some pecans. Bit down too hard, and then my mouth started hurting. I'm like, but I took a NSAID for it, and I guess that knocked the pain out. But my mouth was hurting. I don't know what I did. I love pecans or pecans, or however you want to pronounce it. But my mouth was hurting pretty bad. I couldn't even eat. So I said, let me work on my mouth, and then I do a mukbang. So, and my mouth was feeling kind of bad on Mother's Day, but yeah, it happened Mother's Day. And that was the last video I did. I did that short. Because that's why I didn't eat. Because I did a short. That's what it was. Because my mouth was hurting. But it's feeling much better now. I can eat, y'all. And I thought I was going to have to make a dental appointment. I said, because I got to eat. Got to. But anywho, like I said, I'm not going to keep y'all long because you know what? We got stuff to do. And we're going to pray. We're going to get into the food. And then we're going to get into the topic, y'all. Lord, thank you for this food I'm about to receive. May it nourish my body in Jesus' name. Amen. I got the, and of course it came with the chips. The chips and salsa. Came with the chips, y'all. And the salsa. Came with chips and salsa. And then my flour tortilla. Ooh, they hot. My flour tortillas. And I got my shrimp. Hopefully I have more than... Oh, this thing heavy. More than 5. Hopefully y'all can... Let me do this then. Look at that. On this white kind. Y'all probably can't see it. But y'all see that topic. I said let's get into it. Oh, it got peppers in it, onions. Oh, that's guacamole. Pico, beans, rice. Oh yeah, my mouth much better. And this is good. But I said let's talk about this because a lot of times, I mean, it's hot, y'all. I want to talk about this because, you know, hurt people. And that's why I put the topic as it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Because a lot of times when hurt people hurt others, sometimes some people, I'm not categorizing everybody under this category. Some people do hurt people unintentionally. And when I say that, I mean because of how they could have been raised. And that's all they know. You know, that's how they were brought up. And I know a lot of people say, well, they can break them generational curses and all that. You know, but if somebody don't know they're doing something wrong, you know, how would they know that they need to break something? So that's why I said, let's talk about it. Because it's too many times people, you know, are in situations like this, and sometimes they fault themselves, especially if it's been a parent or something that's been mistreating them unknowingly. And it said hurt people. Let's see how this tastes, y'all. Still taking my time eating. I love peppers and onions. But, and the reason why I say that, because it could be how your parents could have been raised, not being shown love, or what else? Or they could have been, talked down to by their parents, and, so they think that's normal. And they're hurting as an adult, and they take it out on you unintentionally, not knowing, because that's how they were raised. So that's why I say sometimes people can do stuff unintentionally. Because that's how they were raised. And so they had children, and the children hearing the bad end of it. They talking down on their children because they've been hurt. And they passing that hurt on to their kids. But that's how my parents talk to me. Y'all need to toughen up. And they're hurting. Deep down inside, people can be hurting. Hopefully this sauce is not hot. And it is. That's spicy. Woo! That salsa is spicy. And so that child becomes an adult. And with parents, some parents growing up, especially the older parents, like if your parents 70 in their 70s and 80s, some of them had hard lives growing up. And they don't know. They only raising the kids how they know. But that child turns into an adult. And it could, some kids repeat that cycle. And some don't. Especially the older you get, you examine yourself sometimes. And then you examine how your parents raised you. And a lot of things that your parents did, you saying, oh no, I'm not going to do that to my kids because I know how that feel. And that's why I said, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself for anything. Even though, some people say, well, my parents blame me for this, that, and the third. Forgive them. Forgive them. And like I said before, sometimes you do have to love your family. It's hard from a distance. Be there for them, but don't let them get too close. When you see that same cycle repeating, and you're an adult, just say, you know what? You need time to yourself right now. I gotta go. Your pepper fell out. And then it comes to relationships and friendships. Same thing. But some people, let's get on this intentional. They're doing stuff to you on purpose. That's the one I'm still saying it's not your fault, because hurt people hurt people. That's why they say you have to heal before going into another relationship. Because you don't want that hurt flowing over into your next relationship. Because when somebody truly trying to love you and you still holding on to that hurt, you can jeopardize that relationship. But we ain't finna get into that part of it. But that's why I say it's not your fault if you're on the other side and that person doing it to you, hurting you. When I say it's worse when it's your spouse, your significant other, and then your friends. Because they hurting on the inside. So, and a lot of times they'll do it intentional to hurt you. So you can feel the same pain that they're feeling. And you didn't do anything to them. And it's like, why? Why me? Why are you doing this to me out of all people? Somebody who's been there for you. You know, that's how you thinking. But a lot of times they want somebody else to feel their pain. Or they trying to, you're happy. And they could be jealous of your happiness. So they'll do anything, especially if you're in a happy relationship with somebody. They'll try to mess it up. Tell you anything. Oh, yeah, I seen him or her with another person that wasn't, you know, they were doing this, that, and the third. Yeah, I seen them. And then they start mess between you and your significant other, and you're like, excuse me, when your significant other come to you and confront you about it, you looking crazy. Because you're like, what in the world? These just examples, y'all. Excuse me, of what could happen. I'm just saying. Ooh, that's too much. And then, let me spread it out a little bit. And you have no clue. And so now, your significant other looking at you like, okay, well, why would they lie? How they don't want to see you happy. They could have been hurt in different relationships. They see you happy. They don't want you happy. With your new boo. Because you just got married. And they probably been with somebody with, say, 10 years. And that person broke up on and off. With that song, they break up to make up. Then break up again and make up again. And they saying you happy, your significant person proposed to you after, what, 3 years? And you finna get married. So, they're jealous. And they trying to, you know, they hurt her. Well, I was with my man off and on for 10 years. He ain't never proposed to me. You never know what people could be thinking. Because they see you happy. Then they go into your person spreading lies. Because they're hurt. And then, you know, that's where a whole bunch of mess come in at. You know, I said, it's not your fault that this person is hurt. And they trying to hurt others so they can feel that pain. And a lot of them, when they get caught up, they're not going to apologize. They're not going to say, oh, I'm sorry. Some may not. And if they don't, you know how to treat them. What is that? They burnt it. Excuse me, y'all. Trash bag. But that's why I say you have to be careful. You have to be careful where that news coming from. Consider your source. Especially if it's coming from a hurt person or a jealous person. You got to think. Okay, is this person saying this because they jealous? Because me and my husband doing good? You got to think about stuff. They don't want you happy because they're not happy. What they say, misery love company. You have to consider the source of where that stuff come from. How people will hurt you intentionally, just like let's do a friend example. Another friend example. Say you got a friend. And she's jealous of you. He could be jealous of you. Let's do a he this time. He could be jealous of you. You got folks around you. Say you play basketball, and you know you've been then they heard that you were going pro with it. You know you've been doing this for a long time. Film on that one. Let me pause y'all until I get a napkin. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. But your friend found out you playing basketball, say overseas or something. You good. And then that person, you know, trying to spread rumors because they thinking, well, they play basketball too, why they're not doing it. So they want to start some stuff to keep you from going over there. They're hurting. Stuff like that. Now I said people will do stuff to hurt you, and it could be in your circle. And I say just watch the source of where information is coming from. And it can stir up some mess. You have to pray for discernment. Pray for guidance. And to see who really is for you and not against you. Because your friends in your circle can be jealous of you, y'all. And they want to see you feeling the same pain they felt. You haven't even did anything to them at all. You just living your life. And I say and that's why I said in another video, you have to watch the circle you keep. That's the biggest thing. But hurt people do hurt people. Don't blame yourself. Because they could have ended up falling out with you. Because of it. Causing all this confusion. Like I said, sometimes it could be your own family. But I'm here to encourage you that whatever you done been through with somebody being hurt, don't blame yourself. Especially if it's a parent and how their parenting skills were when you were younger. Don't say, oh, it was my fault. I did this, I shouldn't did that. And I'm not saying kids don't do stuff, but I'm talking about, I know kids do stuff. But I'm talking about how, you know what I mean, with parents do things because of how they were raised and they hurt by their parents. And unintentionally knowing that when they do something to their child, they don't know that they're actually doing it. It's just how they were raised. And it's like I said, they bringing on that generational curse with them and passing it down. Now I say it can stop with you. Because a lot of things that I grew up with, my mom, how my mom raised me, I definitely wouldn't raise my child like that. Times are different for one. We have to do, it's a lot of electronics involved now. That internet stuff, y'all. Oh my goodness. Children are getting smarter and children are getting sneakier these days. So that's why I said what works for them won't work for how you raise your kids now. So that's why I said there's no way that I can raise my child the way I was raised. Because one, it was a simpler time back then. Two, I didn't like getting in trouble. So I was just like, My mama had that fear of me. My mama like, ain't nowhere in the world. My mama old school. My mama in her 70s. So like she believed in going out and get some, go to the branch, tying them 3 switches together. That's what I came up on. If it made me a better person today though. I didn't like getting whoopings. And my mom didn't just beat me, as folks say. No, my mom didn't beat me. When I did something wrong, she whooped my butt. That's what she did. And it was like, okay, and after that, I'm like, I don't want to do that no more, because And I didn't get that many whoopings coming up. But I'm just saying, but a lot of things that happen to how I was raised, I'm like, ain't no way I can do that to my child. And so I'm like, I can't do it. My mom was a cusser. Well, is a cusser. So it's like, I can't cuss my child out like that. That ain't gonna work. Cause like I said, these kids these days, they picking up on stuff like, okay, you cussing at me, I'm gonna cuss back. No, it don't work like that. No. So it's like, you can't do that. And plus, once I had my son though, that went out the door anyway. But anyway. Anywho. But it's like it's just some things when you become an adult yourself and have kids yourself, things that you won't do because how you was raised, or things that you saw your parents did, not just raising you, but just, on normal functions. You're like, no, I can't, I can't do this. I can't, excuse me. So you can't bring that on into your adulthood, that's why I said some folks don't know when where their hurt come from. Because it's still some childhood trauma. Anything. We don't know what happened to somebody in the past. So that's why I say, really, you have to be careful, how you treat people too. But that's why I said, but now we're talking about hurting people. And like I said, it could stem from childhood trauma. And it could stem from how somebody was raised. You never know where that hurt come from. And then, like I said, and you're thinking, most of the time, especially when it comes to your parents, you want to blame yourself. Well, I made my mom and dad do this. It was my fault. And then it comes down when you're an adult, you still traumatized by it. And so when certain things happen to you as a child, it can affect you in your adulthood. But you have to make sure that you understand that, like I said, forgive them for one. Whatever happened, forgive them. Because like I said, a lot of times they don't know that they even doing it. Even if you bring it up to them, they going to deny it. They'll deny it. Some of them will. Some of them will tell you like, yeah, I was kind of harsh. I did do this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then some of them will apologize. Say, well, I'm sorry for hurting you. The reason why I hurt you was because I was hurt. And then that's when you need to go to counseling to see the deeper issue. I'm not a therapist or anything, but I have been through certain things with certain people to understand that I had to realize that hurt people do hurt people. Because I was like, what did I do? I'm trying to figure things out. Like, what did I do? Like, did this person do this because of this? I'm trying to figure stuff out and figure out the why, but come down to it, like, And it was how that person, then when you talk things over and communicate and realize, oh, this person went through this, so that's why they doing this, that, and the third. But why in the world would you say this? You know, I'm the type of person, you do something to me, I'm going to bring it to your attention. Like, hey, you hurt my feelings. You hurt me. So why did you do this? And then that person might say, well, I didn't mean to, you know, I was just doing this, blah, blah, blah. You know, this happened to me and blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, okay, then you can understand. But at the same time, I had to stop thinking that, oh, it's my fault. This person, like, did I do anything? Knowing good and well, I didn't do anything. But I'm like, how did this person, you know, do this to me? Why would they do this to me? And then sometimes when on the intentional side, when somebody hurt you intentionally, those the ones I just let go. I'm like, I can't be around somebody that's going to hurt me intentionally. You know, that's not what friends do. Now, I let it slide one time, you apologize, but if you keep doing something, it's a wrap to me. So like I said, you have to watch the source of where things coming from also. And it's not your fault. But I'm going to eat this last one, y'all. It was good. Yeah, my last shrimp, my last taco, y'all. That's tomato. I don't want no tomato. And that tomato won't let go. But I hope this video encouraged y'all. And I hope that you get something out of it. I'm just going to make it up and I'm going to stop this, close out on this video. Because I'm hungry, y'all. Got one more taco to eat. But again, don't hold that, let's see. Don't hold that pain in. Talk to whoever who hurt you about it. There's one thing about arguing. I don't believe in arguing. You have to communicate. You have to let them know, for one, if you have been hurt. And know that it's not your fault. That they, you know, because they did something to you. They hurt you because they were hurt. And it's not your fault. Communicate. If you can't communicate with them without it turning to an argument, just let it go. Because sometimes people do think, and you coming to them and trying to figure out, you know, why you did this to me, they can turn this to an argument. And once it go there, I've learned, the older I got, I'm like, I don't want to argue with nobody. It's not worth it. And I'm not finna argue with nobody. That is that simple. I'm not finna argue with you. We can talk things over and see what we can do to resolve our issues, but sitting there arguing with somebody back and forth about something, because I can't do heated arguments no more. I'm done with that. That was years ago I was doing that. And I'm older now and wiser. I'm not, it's a wrap. But I just want you to know that you are loved. You are beautiful. You are handsome if you're a man. Keep them affirmations to yourself. Keep telling yourself that. Look in the mirror in the morning. Tell yourself that. Start your day off with a smile. End your day with a smile. Nothing can come in between that smile. Nothing can steal your peace or your joy. And I hope you all have a good day. Bye.